What do we do when a prospect is interested in something they think we can do, but we're unable to offer? Hi guys, my name is Deepak Shukla, founder at the Pearl Lemon Group. We're a business growth and development agency based in the UK, USA, as well as serving clients worldwide. And here today, in day number 70, we're here to talk about ultimately how to manage turning away a prospect because we're unable to offer the thing that they're asking for. But before we get into it, please do, if you need any support with communication with your agency, ultimately communications with clients, or internally, reach out to us, as well as click the link in the description below to get access to 7 additional strategies not shared in this training. So look, you're sometimes going to have prospects that say, oh, can you help with X? And they might, and a practical example might be, if you're a search engine optimization agency, they might say, oh, can you guys help me run Facebook ads? This is something that we could do. And really, this is a case of ultimately politely saying, you know what, we can help, but it's still early stage for us. So I want to recommend somebody that I think could be better for you. Give me a day to find the exact company that we've sometimes partnered with that have done great work, and I'll come back to you. So basically, you need to, in those instances, in general, when someone says anything that you're unsure about, and this is a wider thing, or whether it's something that they want you to do, you're unable to offer, or something that they need, say, oh, good question. Good question. Good question, Frank. Well, let me tell you this. I will come back to you by tomorrow, within 24 hours, as to exactly how I think we could help you for this, because I know that we're doing this, but it's quite early stages, I believe. And there's a team that we partnered with previously that I think are really good. So I just want to make the recommendation so you could go ahead and work with them on this instead. But let me come back to you to confirm that tomorrow. So there's 2 things that are happening there. Number one, so this is what we do in general when there's something that comes up that you don't know the answer to. Number one, stall, or number one, compliment and stall. Why you compliment and stall? So, good question, Frank. Well, let me come back to you on this tomorrow, or the latest within 2 days. So you could say, let me come back to you in a couple of days. So you could say, let me come back to you in a couple of days. Let's just say by Thursday, 2 p.m. So scale it out for 48 hours. Good question, Frank. That's a good point you make, actually. Good idea. It's a good question. So the phrases you could use, good question, good point, good idea, good thinking, nice idea. So you could just interchange nice now. Nice idea. I like your thinking. I like your thinking. Do you see that there's lots of variations around it? So this would be the compliment and stall, and then you'd say, give me a couple of days, give me 2 days, give me until the end of the week. So you would just do that in general, okay? And that will give you time to find a solution. So that's really what you want to be able to do, because that's going to buy you time. So you'd say, I'll find a solution. So that's the stall part, to be honest with you, compliment and stall. So good question, good point, good thinking. I'll come back to you in a couple of days. I'll come back to you by the end of day tomorrow. And then yeah, go away. That's what I meant to do this. Go away and find a solution. And the solution will be an alternative company. The solution will be, you know what, Frank, I can't get through to the company we did work with for several months. Or the contact that we had, this freelancer. So it could be just like a freelancer, and say, you know what, I don't think we can help you with this. Go away and find a solution. Or so the solution might be that the team decide to take it on. If it's something that you don't yet offer, you could ask a question internally. Do we want to try this? Have we done this? What's the deal? So you go away and ask those questions. And then, in absence of getting the answers to those questions, you want to just present an alternative solution. Here's XYZ contact. Here's what you could do. I went ahead and contacted a couple of companies for you. So there's nothing wrong with you, for example. And this would be above and beyond, but it really is a 10-minute task. So if someone says, oh, could you help with Facebook? And you might say, and on that call, you might say, tell me a bit more about exactly what you're looking for. So there's no reason why qualify the needs of, let's say, the client or the prospect or the person. So you probably want to compliment and stall, but then you want to qualify the needs of the prospect, of the person, because then that will give you the ability to understand and relay the information to someone within your team, but also to, you know, identify whether this is something you guys can truly do. So I definitely think that that's probably step two, that you qualify the needs of the client by asking them, so what is it exactly that you need, to get them to talk a little bit about what their thinking is, what the strategy is. And there might not be any thinking, it might be a throwaway thought, but qualifying those needs are definitely going to help. And then you need to just go away and find a solution or an alternative solution, and then of course come back and present that to the client. And you know, you could do that on email or on a call. It might be easier on an email. So present some options to the client. So, you know, option one, option two, option three. So you always have an if this, then that scenario. And that really overall is going to get you to a place where your, I say, prospect, where your client is happy with the solutions that you provided, even if it's not a solution that involves directly using you. And the thing that I was going to say, by the way, about going above and beyond, is that once you've qualified the needs of the client, you can then relay that to your contact at a different company. You could go out and just quickly email a couple of different companies, and you could say, you know what, Frank, I went and had a chat, and apparently our contact, this guy called Richard, is freelancer. We've not worked with him for a little while. So what I went ahead, what I did, I just, do you know what I did anyway? I, based upon what you said yesterday and what we know about you, I wrote up a very mini brief, and I've just shot off emails to a couple of potential agencies. So we'll have a look at some of the replies that come in, and if any of them seem interesting, we'll forward them to you. How does that sound? Wow. You know, isn't that an amazing thing to do for your potential ultimately client, by going out and contacting some other potential companies that could service their needs based upon number two, by qualifying the needs. And that could be part of your alternative solution finding, outside of course, other solutions that your team might generate. So there you have it, guys. That is what to do when a prospect is interested in something they think we can do, but unable to offer, as well as dealing, to be honest with you, with anything that you're unsure of on calls, and in general anyway. Compliment, stall, get some more information, find out of a solution or alternative solution, and present some options to the client on email, typically, because it, you know, avoids hard questions. But to be honest with you, you could do it on a call as well, whatever you prefer. Oh, please do subscribe if you're enjoying these videos, as well as just comment in the description below as to your takeaways. Thanks.